This is the MLW Radio Network. This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace world and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar and ECW original Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge all contained in Mind of the Meanie. I am your tour guide, a very raspy Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie, what's on your mind?
Hello, mate.
Aye. Oi! Whoa, fuck off! It's bullshit.
Too funny, man. Yes, I am back from foggy London town.
That's right.
Yeah, lots happened since we last recorded.
That's an understatement of the year.
Oh my God,
Jesus, man. We're gonna get into all of it. Don't worry. Buckle up, guys. It's gonna be a good one today.
Yeah, it's just I think yeah, brother, that doesn't work for me,
brother.
Jesus Christ, dude, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, dude. Well, you went 6 hours one way. I went 6 hours the other way, and now we're linking back up after our 6 hour sojourns together.
Yeah, it's like a game of Steal the Bacon where we rush back to Philly.
Steal the bacon. I love it. Incredible.
And there was that Steal the Bacon injury of 1984.
Yeah, of course. Yes, the famous Steal the Bacon injury. Of course.
Where we collided heads. I had to go to the nurse's office.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a cliffhanger. I believe we talked about how Ticketmaster canceled my tickets.
Yeah.
And I had to jump through so many friggin' hoops to get them back. And I think we recorded like a week out from me leaving. So
yep.
We finished the last episode. I didn't even know if I was getting my tickets back. So they had me jumping through all these friggin' hoops. Like Ticketmaster's like, well, send us some ID. To prove that you're a person. Like, okay, here's my ID. Hell, here's a utility bill. Here's everything. Just give me my fucking tickets.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, this was satisfactory, blah, blah, blah. And they tried to run my card at like 6 a.m. while I was sleeping, because I guess, because they're in England, I'm in Philly.
Oh, right.
So I wake up to 2 attempts for them to, retry my card with the thing from my bank saying, is this a legit transaction? Which I would have said yes, and the second one would have went through. So I said, look, I emailed them back. I was like, look, please call me. I said,
right.
Pretty, please call me so we could do this over the phone like human beings. I didn't exactly say it like that. Please call me so we can make sure this goes through. So the next couple of days, I'm just like, I'm having trouble sleep. Like I can't sleep because I'm like, I got to stay up till 4 a.m. in case they try to call again. And so I'm literally sleeping with my phone in my hand on vibrate mode. Like, I'll put my phone in my hand. I'll go to sleep. So if it vibrates, I'll wake up and we'll do this, right? First night, nothing. So second night, it was like the Wednesday morning before the show, my phone starts vibrating at 4 a.m.
Ugh.
I look at it and I see the country code and all that, and I jump out of bed. I go, England. And I jumped out of bed.
Bon Jovi in England.
It's the England.
It's the England.
Yeah. Shout out to it's the Jovi. So I run down the hall. I run into the studio where I'm at now.
Right.
So not to disturb Mrs. Meanie that much. And I'm like, they're like, hello, it's Ticketmaster. I was like, yes. Thank you for calling. Human being. And they're like, oh, are you busy? Should we call? No.
No. This is the right time.
And then they're like, we got to run your card. We blah blah blah. We're gonna process your card. I went, oh shit, my card's back in the bedroom. So I run down the hall, get my my wallet, and take the card out. And I go to read off the card. I'm like, my glasses. So luckily, I got like a spare pair of glasses in the Meanie and DeMeanie studio here, and I throw them on. And I'm just like, sorry. So, okay, I read it off, and I was like, I said before he even ran, I was like, this is what's going to happen. You're going to run it. My bank's going to flag it for being suspicious. They're going to ask me if it's legit. I'm going to say yes. And then you're going to run it a second time, and it's going to clear.
Right.
Okay. So.
Did they say that? They go, oh, right. Because I taste Ticketmaster.
Yes. So they run it. Of course, Bing declined because I'm making a huge purchase for something overseas. So I get the text comes through from the card company. Yes, that's me. It says, and it tells you, all right, run it again. Ta-da!
Fantastic.
And they're like, okay, your tickets are good. Since it's so close to the show, you'll have to go to will call. I'm like, that's A-okay with me.
Fine with me, man.
Fine with me, brother. That works for me, brother. We go to do that, and then I hang up. I go to bed, like, relieved. But then in the back of my head, I've been watching all these, like, scammer videos where, like, the guy catches the scammer scamming people, and he hacks into the computer and all that. I was like, what if that was a Ticketmaster? And, like, I'm thinking, what if that was somebody in a call bank calling from somewhere, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, paranoia sets in. But, we get ready. We leave for England that Friday. We had like a night flight, which is, if you're going to England, fly like the night before. That way you leave at 9 p.m. If you're able to fall asleep on the plane, which I am not able to ever fall asleep on the plane because I'm usually the fat guy in the middle seat and I can't get comfortable.
Right.
But, go in that way. When you wake up, it's morning time in England and you got the whole day.
Yeah.
So, or if you can't sleep, you just stay up. Stay up through the whole day and then go to sleep, normal UK time, which whatever, midnight, whatever. And then when you wake up, you're on UK time.
Right.
So yeah, it was like, we go to the airport. We went to the airport pretty early because I hate fucking rushing around and, having one of those, Home Alone moments where you're running through the airport, just,
yep.
And then, we get there, we find a spot, have some coffee. We're sitting there at the gate. Out of nowhere, I'm like looking at my phone, and Mrs. Meanie goes, "Is that Jason Worth?" Which was Edge. Edge walks by. Me and Edge have this like inside joke because when for those who don't watch American baseball, there's a player who played for the Philadelphia Phillies, 08-09, Jason Worth, who was a spitting image of Edge. So like, the last time, the time prior, well, every time we see Edge, Mrs. Me goes, "Oh, I loved you on the Phillies," breaking balls, and he laughs, so she goes, "Is that Jason Worth?" I look up, I'm like, I see the tattoos on the arm. It's fucking Edge. Hold on. And I call out, and he's in like no cell mode.
Right.
You get conditioned, not no cell mode, but he's
just yeah.
So I lightly jog and give him a tap and hey, and he realizes it's me, and we hug and just catch up on life, just see what's going on, and we talked for about like 20-30 minutes, and just it was cool. Yeah, it was cool catching up with a buddy, talking about. I think I brought up the one story we talked about on the podcast, at least, where we did a show in Detroit together, where we all turned heel on Santa Claus, because the show is around Christmas time. We all turn around, beat up Santa Claus and stuff like that. And talked about when Nova switched Edge and Christian's music to Girls in Cars, and they went out and did the Strike Force, entrance, which is pretty cool.
That's amazing.
But Edge looks fucking great.
Yep.
He seems as happy as ever. Yep. He seems like really happy. I'm really happy for him. He's doing good. And that was, we had a quick little conversation. Here's where I feel like a dick, right? So well,
let me ask you this before you tell me why you feel like a dick. Sure. Was he going to Clash at the Castle?
Yeah,
I imagine. Yeah.
Here's the part where I feel like a dick.
Oh, okay. Ties together. Here we go.
Yeah, because I know he's a huge Foo Fighters fan. And me and him both love the Foo Fighters. We both love Pearl Jam. And for whatever reason, I went to there's one Pearl Jam tour here in Philly. I went, and Dreamer and Edge were at the concert, and we ran into each other. So I thought this was like another thing where I was running into Edge, and I thought we were both going to the Foo Fighters in England. I was like, oh man, you got good seats? He went, oh, I'm not going to. I went, oh man, oh dude, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you're actually going to wrestle in a really cool show in England.
Right. Sorry you're going to get a big paycheck. Yeah.
Dude, like I was in such Foo Fighters mode between having tickets, losing my tickets, getting my tickets back that Wednesday before we left.
Yeah.
I'm in Foo Fighter world, right? So
I don't blame you, man. I would have been the same way.
I was like, I sent him, I was like, so you got good seats for the concert? He's like, oh, I'm not going to the Foo. I was like, I'm stupid. I said to him, oh, I'm stupid. I am. He's like, no, man, you're all right. I was like, dude, I feel like a dick right now. Just
man, that's funny.
You want me to get you a t-shirt or something?
Yeah. Did you pick him up? Did you pick him up a shirt?
Nah. He said, nah, don't worry about it. So, we said our goodbyes, and then I went back to the gate, my gate. I was like, my wife's probably looking for me. Let me get back. He continued on the way, and then we catch him on the way back, because I guess he went to the wrong. That terminal, the gates were numbered weird.
Yeah,
it's like usually 4 is across from 5, but 4 was across from like 11 or something like that. Whatever gate, whatever section we were in. This is real. He's walking back. I was like, what's going on? He's like, I went to the wrong gate. I was like, okay. So we talk, because Mrs. Meanie, they get a chance. And so we all caught up and talked for a little bit. And then he went his way, and we were on our way to jolly old England. Which, it's we were flying flying Philly to Dublin to London. We got in at got into Ireland around like 9 a.m.
Wow.
And I love Ireland. I love Dublin, even though it's just been a layover. But god damn, if you ever want to get your steps in when you're fit, book a flight in fucking Dublin, because walking from your plane to get into the terminal, just walking up the jetway, wherever their version of a jetway is.
Yeah.
And then trying to get to a terminal. It's like, holy shit. I'm sweating. I'm walking. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, how far is this? And then you got walking it's like you walk 4 miles just to get the fucking, because when you go to England through Dublin, it's immigration's in Ireland. So you knock out that step while you're in Ireland. So we went through immigration. And then it's another fucking mile to walk to the fucking gate. I was like, holy shit. Halfway, I was like, man, I should have probably brought some breadcrumbs or, just fucking lost. So we fucking settle down. We get something to eat, have a little bit of breakfast.
Yep.
In Dublin. And then it's a matter of waiting for our gate and figure out where our gate is, because they don't tell you like right away. They're like, we'll tell you your gate at 11 o'clock. Like, all right. So there's another set of fucking anxiety for me.
Sure.
And so we get on our flight, land in London, and going on this trip, I was fucking stressed out, because we love to travel in London on, the underground, the tube system, the version of the subway. And they had been striking, like they've been going on strike on weekends over, wages and stuff like that. They want a higher wage, and they figured they're fucking making a point by doing it on the weekend when people are usually off.
Right.
So we were following that fucking piece of news like before we left. So we left and we got there and the trains weren't on strike. So we're like, because I didn't know if I had to cab it around, we got to go to Wembley. Where we were staying in London, it was just train stops from where we were staying. So you get on the train and stop one, stop two, and then you're at Wembley, right? So we get in Friday, everything's fine. We take the train from London Heathrow to where we had to get off at like Hyde Park Corner, which is fucking beautiful. Like Hyde Park's gorgeous. Like they've had like outdoor concerts there and everything and stuff like that. So we got off the train. It's like a mile and a half from where we were staying. So I was like, fuck it, let's just walk it. It's fucking Hyde Park. Let's walk through Hyde Park.
Right.
And you're walking through fucking Hyde Park, and there's like fucking parakeets and ravens and crow. Or I guess I'm shitty with birds. I don't know. Could have been a raven, could have been a crow. I don't know. It looked cool. And we're just walking, and then like Mrs. Meanie nudges me. I turn around. I'm not even into London for an hour, and there's a guy standing there with an Allen Iverson Sixers jersey on.
No shit.
I snapped the photo like when he wasn't looking, which I forgot to post. But I was like an hour into my trip into England, and
that's amazing.
There's something from Philly.
Incredible.
Get to our hotel, check in. The hotel's awesome. It's like a suites type thing, and they have like a lounge, and at 5 o'clock they serve cheese and wine and cheese and all this stuff. So we get in, settle in, take a couple post-flight showers just to clean up.
Yeah.
And then we go out and, have some dinner. It's a place, really cool chain out there called Honest Burger. And like had some dinner, went back to the hotel. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure I'm going to go to sleep. So we went to the lounge and just had some ciders. When I don't usually drink ciders,
right?
But like when I'm in England, I'm like, you have your cider drink, right? Like Chumbawamba said. So I was just pounding. I had a couple ciders till it was time to go beddy bye. Went to sleep. Woke up next morning. And it's game time. It's fucking Foo Fighter time.
Yep.
The day is here, right? And I'm still uneasy. I was like, I still don't have tickets.
Right.
I gave a stranger my information over the phone, and he said, go to Will Call. We're going to play Foo Fighter bingo right now.
Hey, man, that's the way to do it.
So we get up, we go. The cool thing is the train stop we had to go to was Baker Street, which
not
only is it an amazing song by Jerry Rafferty, and the Foo Fighters did a cover of it, but it's the home of Sherlock Holmes. That's 221B Baker Street, which was never really a real address, but somebody bought the property of 221 and made it 221B. Like somebody made it, into existence. So we're walking down Baker Street. We passed the Sherlock Holmes Museum. They have a museum there. There's also a Beatles store there, which is kind of cool. Hop on the train, Baker Street, stop 1, stop 2. We get off and you get out and there's Wembley Stadium right at the top of the thing. Like
crazy.
Kind of like, when you're standing on the parkway and you see, the art museum,
right?
That little, it's just like a little causeway, like a little walkway, but there's like all these cool shops and stuff like that. I was like, well, we're here. Let's go see if we have tickets. So we get off the train, we're walking, and go over to Wembley, and we made perfect timing. They're like, box office opens at 11:30. So go up the steps, get pointed in the right direction, wait in line, got my ID. I got the reservation number. I got all the receipts and stuff like that I got to present. Wait my line. I feel like, Ralphie in A Christmas Story waiting to meet Santa. I like the Tin Man.
I was just going to say that. You beat me to it, man. I like the Wizard of Oz. I like the Tin Man.
And you're just looking like, yeah, all right, okay. Don't talk to me until I get my fucking tickets.
Yep, yep.
Some people are like, don't talk to me until I have my coffee. Don't talk to me until I get my fucking Foo Fighter tickets. So, moment of truth. Go up to the window. Present my ID. Here's my order number. Ta-da! If she didn't give me a nice big envelope with 2 big fucking hard copy tickets.
Man, dude.
Now, like, for all the drama we went through to get these fucking tickets, it was worth going to that will call window and getting actual physical hard copy tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
They don't sell hard copy tickets anymore, really. When you think about it, everything's an app, or you got to print something out and bring a printout and stuff like that. So I have 2 hard copy tickets from Wembley Stadium for the Foo Fighters that have like these little holograms on them, to prove that they're legit and stuff. So it's like, fuck yeah. It's like, hide those.
Seriously. Yeah, seriously.
So she tucks them away. I was like, well, we got some time to kill. So we went to, the cool thing is they had all these, like, even if you weren't going to the concert, they had like merchandise kiosks throughout the fucking causeway, the walkway. So we stood in line in the merchandise line, and I got this Taylor Hawkins shirt that I'm wearing that I got.
Sick, dude. Sick. Yeah. Sick.
I needed this one. They had a bunch of cool stuff. My only gripe is that, not really a gripe, but wish is like the back of the shirt says London and LA.
Oh, right. Wish you would have just got like one that was London, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, just, I put in the miles. I put in the money into miles. Let me get a London shirt.
Right. Right.
So I got a shirt. Mrs. Meanie got a shirt, and we got like 2 posters.
That's awesome.
One's like a limited edition art print, and one is Mrs. Meanie is like, they're selling posters of the meme that they used to advertise the show. It's like a square poster with the photo. It's basically what they used on all their social media. But I was like, I don't give a fuck. It was like $10.
Yeah.
All right. So we decided, we're going to get frames for those and put the hard copy tickets in there.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Be a nice little thing. And then, dude, it was such a great atmosphere that day.
I believe it.
Just like we were just standing around and people just strike up conversation. Hey, they would hear our American accents. Hey, where are you from?
From Philly. What the fuck you want?
What are you, a fucking cop?
What are you, a fucking idiot? Asking me all these questions?
What are you, Bobby over here?
What are you, Tom Brokaw? 60 Minutes? What the fuck you want?
Go.
Go get your fucking shine box, Tommy.
Shouldn't you be catching Jack the Ripper, motherfucker? I think that motherfucker's still on the loose.
I think he's over there on Baker Street right now. You should go take a look, you fucking noodlehead.
Get your thumb out my ass and go catch him.
I love it, dude. Sorry, I didn't mean to sidebar there. I just love that shit. Love it, dude.
No, and sorry if I'm a little long-winded here.
Hey, no, man. Hey, this is the Mind of the Meanie, and it's a great story.
No, so many people are like, so what's the ticket situation? I was like, you're going to have to listen to the show because I'm not typing all this shit out.
Right. Oh, Vanessa just hit us with a yo, cuz.
Yo, cuz.
Yo, cuz.
Yeah, yo-bo.
Cream and sugars, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to go bow hunting. I'm going to stand on Oregon and Snyder and Oregon and Broad and go, yo, cuz, yo-bo, yo, cuz, yo-bo. But anyway. We get our merch. We go get some coffee, and which probably was a bad decision because I immediately had to take a dump.
Oh, like, man.
Brother.
Nothing worse than the fucking airport dump, dude. Nothing worse.
Well, airport, I could handle an airport dump, but this is like...
Oh, you're at Wembley Stadium.
Wembley Stadium Port-A-Potty dump. And...
You actually took a shit in a Port-A-Potty outside of Wembley Stadium?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That's literally like taking your life into your own hands, man.
No, it's England. They're fucking clean.
Oh, so, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But it wasn't like the typical fucking honey pot where it just drops into a thing of water.
Right.
Like I ran in and sat down. I was like, oh
my God. Oh, my God.
It's the shits.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Yeah. So, like, I'm done. I turn around to admire my work. I'm like, oh, man, there's no water. Oh, it's just fucking
poop.
It's just sitting there like a Yule log, just fucking in the bedpan.
It's just there. It's presented.
Yeah, it's just like a Hershey's Kiss sitting there.
God.
Like, I was like, and there's like a lever. Like, dude, I could like, does this flush? And I'm like, it's like a Atari joystick. You're like, all right. So I'm like, all right, I got to be casual about this.
Right.
I mean, it's a porta-potty. I didn't take a dump on somebody's lawn.
Sure. I know. Yeah.
So I like look out and nobody's looking. I look and then I just like figure out the perfect timing to just hop out and get far away from that fucking porta-potty.
You're a smart man.
And then Mrs. Meanie had to, use the facilities. I was like, don't go in that one.
I'm saving your life right now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I've seen people on planes go in the bathroom after somebody and Al Snow grab them going, don't go in that one. Not that Al Snow did the damage, but whoever did the damage.
Somebody. You just know, man. I did that. I was just in Vegas, man, and I took American Airlines and I was waiting for one of the bathrooms and the guy was in there for a while. I was like, this is just not going to end well. As soon as he opened the door, man, you could tell just that shameful look on his face. Like, like not looking at anybody, no eye contact, and just caught the fucking, like, oh my God. Come on, man. We're in a fucking airplane, dude.
It's gonna go through somebody's roof in Omaha,
just watching people next to you, just like, oh God, what the fuck is that smell?
Yeah,
you always want to piss with the door open because you don't want people to think that you were the one who fucking took a shit. You don't want anybody to be like, oh no, it was this fucking guy right here just took the dump in the bathroom. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Anybody got a tongue scraper? Oh. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, it's stuck in my nose.
Yeah. No. But we go in. You know what? It's just like you're like, oh man, it's an outdoor show. I hope it doesn't rain. And we're waiting in line to get in, and it started to rain. I was like, it started getting windy, rained for like 5 minutes, and that was it.
Nice.
And we go in, we go to our seats. We're like, fuck, this is awesome. Take a selfie, which I posted.
Yep.
And you just wait. And they had before the concert, 45 minutes before the concert, they had a DJ come out. He's a DJ and a producer, Mark Ronson, and he spun some records of Taylor Hawkins' favorite songs.
Oh, it's awesome.
So a bunch of cool stuff. And I was like, man, he hasn't played any Van Halen, not knowing that, a little bit later, Wolfgang Van Halen was going to come out and melt my fucking brain and my heart.
Crazy.
Well, here's the thing with Wolfgang is just like, he, he's got his band now, Mammoth WVH, and people are like, "You're going to do some Van Halen songs?" He's like, no,
Right.
I'm going to go establish my own band, my own songs. So you would think, I'm already smart enough. I'm conditioned to the fact that Wolfgang Van Halen is never going to play his father's music, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
because I love his music, right? So, Dave's talking. He's like, we have a real life. Well, he says one of Taylor Hawkins' favorite bands was Van Halen. And we're fortunate today to have a real Van Halen with us, Mr. Wolfgang Van Halen. He comes out with his guitar and they just start playing fucking Van Halen's On Fire from Van Halen 1. And I wish there was a camera on me.
Wow.
Just threw my arms out like I was going to reach for the stage. And I said, what? Just
Holy shit, man.
Fucking grabbed the top of my head. Like, anything you watch from a fan just being fucking on,
like, holy shit.
Holy shit. And I was like, oh, okay. And then like they go into Hot for Teacher. I just lost my fucking mind.
Crazy, dude.
I whipped out my camera, snapped a couple photos real quick, and just went back to enjoying the show. Like I don't want to be a guy that was going to enjoy the concert through a phone lens, but
right.
I hate when like I go to something and then I go and watch either like a recording of what I went to or a bootleg, and my own personal memories go away.
Yep.
And my new memories are what I watch on TV and not the ones I had in real life.
Right.
So every now and then I would snap a photo, take a quick video just for my own remembering of what I, but like, that fucking blew my mind.
Crazy.
Before that, had Nile Rodgers come out, which Nile Rodgers, legendary producer, but also a member of the band Chic.
Yep.
Who, did all the great, dance music in the 70s. So there's so many bucket list things that happened. Nile Rodgers, played guitar. Omar Hakim, who was David Bowie's drummer. They came out and they did 2 Bowie songs with Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, and then the singer from Supergrass, who I am blanking on right now, but it was my first time hearing him sing, and I was like, this fucking guy's great.
Yeah.
And then like he come out later with Supergrass, do 3 songs, which were fucking great. And then he came out later with Queen. Or no, I'm sorry, when Stuart Copeland from The Police came out, they did a couple Police songs, and he sang "Everything She Does Is Magic." Every little thing she does is magic. It's fucking amazing,
dude. Nuts.
But the concert was amazing. 6 hours.
Yeah,
6 hours, and it didn't faze me one bit. Like I didn't leave my seat to go do anything. Like Mrs. Meanie went and went back and forth a couple times. She grabbed us something to eat. She was a trooper. But like I didn't leave my seat at all. And I was sitting there. We bought these posters. We rolled them up and we protect them like they're our fucking children.
Yeah.
But
no, I believe that.
But yeah, it's a fucking amazing experience. Seeing Queen, seeing fucking Paul McCartney came out.
I was just gonna say I didn't realize Paul was gonna be there.
He wasn't advertised.
Really?
So, yeah, it's just like, yeah, we got this. Our next guest didn't think he was going to come, but here he is, Mr. Paul McCartney. And it's like, what? So that was fucking awesome.
Crazy.
So, yeah. Oh my God. Fucking John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin played. Fucking
wow.
Dave Grohl pretty much played a little bit with everybody. He played bass on some songs. He played drums on some songs. He got up with Rush. He did a song with Rush. Then Omar Hakim came out and did some songs with Rush. And then the thing that everybody's been talking about, eventually it becomes the Foo Fighters set. The Foo Fighters opened up the show with Liam Gallagher from Oasis. They did 2 Oasis songs, which is really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Dave got on drums, and it was basically Foo Fighters. Liam Gallagher did 2 Oasis songs. Fantastic. But then, the Foo Fighters come back out and they do a Foo Fighter set. And that's when you realize you're in the go home section of the concert, where it's just like, all right, shit's about to get emotional.
Yep.
I mean, I was emotional already throughout the day. Just, Van Halen never had a memorial show for Van Halen, but for Eddie. And, Wolfie kind of, said it in some cryptic tones that, basically David Lee Roth kind of fucked that all up.
Yeah.
He's like, there's one person. That's the reason why. So when he came out and did those two Van Halen songs, it was kind of like a tribute to Taylor and a tribute to his father.
Right.
Which I got it right away. I was like, oh.
Yep.
And then
it's the right thing to do too. It's the right thing to do.
So when Wolfgang's walking off stage, you see Taylor Hawkins' son, Shane, run up and hug him. I mean, two rock star kids who lost their fathers, So later on in the fucking go home segment, the Foo Fighters start doing Foo Fighter songs, and they start doing Times Like These. It's like, the lyric is times like these you learn to live again. Times like these you learn to love again. And there's one point where Dave Grohl almost just broke down and started crying. Because there's this new version they do with the keyboards, and it's just like a keyboard melody underneath it. And he does the "I" and does the section of the song. And there was the line about being left behind or something, and you just see him just like go to sing the next thing, and it's a lump in the throat type moment.
Yeah. And
he's on the big, you can see it on the big screen. So everybody in the audience felt it. Everybody in the audience started cheering and clapping like, you got this. You got this. We believe in you, Dave. You can do this. Like cheering them on. And then he did the next line, and that's when they went into the fast part of the song. But I was like, whew.
Yeah.
Oh, man, fucking everybody in the stadium felt that. There was like an energy that just went through the stadium. And then they had a bunch of guest drummers come in. There's a girl, Nandy, who most famously challenged Dave Grohl. She's 12 years old.
Oh, I remember that the drum. She's the drummer, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she challenged Dave Grohl to a drum off, and she's amazing. If you ever get a chance to look up those videos, look at that. She came out. Josh Freese came out, Josh Freese, I believe he played for Nine Inch Nails, and he was in Axl Rose's other version of Guns N' Roses, but amazing drummer. And then fucking Travis Barker from Blink-182 came out and did a bunch of songs. And dude, watching him play live,
crazy,
he's unreal.
Right? Yeah, he's like in a whole different space. That guy.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
Fucking, it's what? So he played like a couple songs, and then they played a song that they played Taylor's favorite Foo Fighter song, which I hadn't heard live in ages, called Aurora. And if you listen to that song, like Taylor's drum beat on that song, you're like, man, that's the drums and the bass. You're like, man, that sounds like the Police. It sounds like he's doing, it's like a Stuart Copeland Sting bass line drum beat. I'm like, man, I heard that. I was like, oh, of course.
Yeah.
And then, it's Taylor's favorite song, Foo Fighters song all the time. They played that. And then it got around the time where, Dave goes, remember here, our next drummer, member of the family, person who should be here, Mr. Shane Hawkins, which is Taylor Hawkins' son.
Crazy.
And he comes out and they play My Hero, which was amazing.
That's a song. That's the song he wrote about Kurt Cobain too, right?
No, that's a misnomer. I think.
Oh, really? Isn't that interesting?
There's a couple songs where they're like, this is about when Foo Fighters first came out. There's that song, I'll Stick Around.
Right.
Everybody's like, is that song about Kurt? So anytime we would write a song, is that song about Kurt? So I could be wrong about My Hero.
I'm looking it up right now.
Please do, because I don't want to be wrong either.
I don't want to be wrong on this one.
But the main lyric to the song is "There goes my hero. He's ordinary."
Oh,
You know,
yeah. So the song is dedicated to ordinary, everyday heroes, as he himself never had musical or sports heroes growing up as a child. Okay, so I retract my previous statement.
yes. But there's a viral video that went around of Shane Hawkins playing that at like somewhere with he has a band. So when he came up, we were like, oh my God, he's going to play my hero.
Yeah.
And the drums just filled the fucking stadium. And I tried to watch the best with my own eyes. I tried to watch the stage as much as I can. Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in watching the screen.
Yeah.
It's like I spend all this money to sit in the stadium and watch the screen. I try to watch as much as I can with my own eyes. And fucking fantastic. And there's one moment where they give him a little drum fill to do. Like it seemed like every drummer came up, they had a little thing where the drummer could, just do a little drum fill as a, tribute, and then, hit the cymbals, take the song out. But, and just watching the interaction with Dave and Shane, fucking amazing. Dave Grohl looked like a proud uncle, just up. And then the concert was over, and it was just very emotional. The last thing you see is, a big black and white photo of Taylor on the screen, and it's just like, man, we did it. We came to England, we saw an amazing show, and we got to do it. After all the things of not knowing if we were going to London for a show that we're hoping to get tickets for, and all that stuff. Next day was, basically just a walk around day. We walked almost like 10 miles. We walked from like London to this place called Camden Town through Regent's Park. Beautiful stuff, beautiful time. And then, came back home the next day. Camden Town's awesome. Camden Town is where I wish South Street was. It's like 1980 South Street, but in present day UK.
Right.
There's like punk rockers with the fucking mohawks. And then there's every store looks like their version of Zipperhead, which if you've ever been to South Street, there's this store that used to be called Zipperhead, and the side of the building has a huge zipper, and it's opened up to somebody's brain, and all these ants are crawling out.
Wow.
There's like a million buildings like that with this art on the side of the building. It's really cool. So if you ever get to go to London, plan to walk over to Regent's Park and through Regent's Park to Camden Town and experience that. A bunch of cool shops, cool places to eat. And then we walked home. Again, we walked off. We took like a shower, and we were like, you know what? Let's take a shower and go get some dinner. We went and had some dinner, and then got ready and came home. And the ride home was a little dramatic free, but as I'm like a couple of days out, and I'm still feeling the time change.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like I said, you went 6 hours one way, and you went 6 hours into the future. I went 6 hours or 3 hours in the past, and I'm fucking dude. I'm beat up today, man. I want to say though too, I'm glad that everything worked out, because I wasn't sure if it was going to work out. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and it worked out, and it was everything I was really hoping it would be for you. It sounded like it was an incredible show. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but when I saw that Paul was there, I freaking lost my shit. I was like, oh my God, that sounds incredible.
Not only did Paul come out, he played a Beatles song they never did live.
Which one did he play? Tell me again.
Oh darling. It was
what?
It was a duet with Chrissy Hind.
Oh my God.
Chrissy Hind, who is 70 and still looks like she's in her 20s.
Wow.
Fucking amazing.
Wow. They did Oh Darling live.
Oh darling.
Oh my God, man.
Here's a song. He said, here's a song I never performed live.
Wow.
And he did it. And he did that, and they did Helter Skelter.
Wow. Sick, dude. That is fucking sick. Now I got to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's just
man, that's good shit.
Yeah, I dude, it's like you experience something like that. It doesn't matter how much I paid. It just was all worth it.
Yeah,
Once
absolutely.
Once in a lifetime.
Absolutely, man.
now they have another one coming up in L.A.
Right.
I don't know how the fuck they're going to top it, but
I'm sure it's going to be nuts, man. I don't know how you could top Paul McCartney, but
yeah, I don't even think this one was televised on Paramount Plus, and they streamed on YouTube, which I think they took the YouTube stream down.
Yeah,
but I got a copy. I got friends.
I know some people.
But yeah, good luck, LA, with that.
Man, that's incredible, dude.
What you go to Vegas for?
I had to go for work. I had to go out there for work this past week. It was a work summit for my shoot job. I had zero time to be like down. There was always something to do.
Nice.
I mean, it was exhausting, I guess is the best way to put it. It was exhausting, and it was a beautiful. I stayed at the Wynn, at Encore, whatever it is, right there on the Strip. It was a beautiful room. Like, I was like, this is way too nice of a room for me. And it was a nice trip. We had a lot of good food and had a lot of meetings and shit for most of the time, but it was cool, man. It was overall, it was fun. Not so great moments. Not, I don't drink anymore, so I wasn't fucked up out there, which is nice. But just being 3 hours and then going from like 7:45 until like 12:30 at night, and having to get up the next day and do it the same way. It was like, oh my God, get me out of here. It's exhausting, man. My body was. I came home. I flew home yesterday, and like I said, I missed a whole fucking meal yesterday because I left there. My flight took off at 9:52. I landed in Philly time at like 5:45. So I ate breakfast. I ate a nice like full breakfast, but still it was like, I'm starving, So like I immediately get off the plane. My work is across the street from Wawa, right down there on Market Street in Philly. So freaking ran into Wawa. I'm like, give me every meatball you have. And, got an energy drink so I could fucking drive home. And, yeah, dude, it was nice. It was cool. It was nice to get out there. I enjoy the West Coast a lot. But boy, am I feeling it today. So that's why you're getting this image of the man you see here right now. But if you want to see the image of the man that you get right now and hear me talk all raspy and see the beautiful Blue Meanie, you can sign up right now at patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Join us every week when we record this show and join the Pod Squad. Shout out to the Pod Squad as well. We are excited to be here with you always, and I am stoked that it turned out so well. If you want to check out the show, the Taylor Hawkins tribute show from London, England, you can go to Paramount Plus, sign up today, get yourself a membership. Even if it's just for that, it's worth it for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But Meanie, I want to ask you a quick question.
Yes.
I know the people want to know. The people want to know the answer to this question. Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask me anything. Ask me something.
Don't forget, tweet us your questions at Mind of the Meanie on Instagram, at Mind of the Meanie on Twitter, using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them read on the show. Meanie, we're going to rip the Band-Aid right off here with a question from Mark and Dryden. Okay, man, the obvious question is the whole AEW Media Scrum incident a work or a shoot, brother?
Oh, it's funny. Everybody,
There's his answer. We'll see you next week on Mind. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It's what's funny is why all that was happening while I was, flying home from England. So fly London to Dublin. I'm looking at my phone. People are like, "Man, a media scrum." I went, "What?" Oh yeah, there was an AEW show because I was 6 hours ahead.
Right.
That pay-per-view was starting when I was going to bed. So, holy shit! I woke up and like everybody's going nuts. I'm trying to.
Have you heard? You've heard the clip, but you've heard what CM Punk has said and all like that. Yeah,
I've heard since then.
Yeah,
but like there's like dribs and drabs and this and that leaking out and like on my feed, right?
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So get back to the States, get back on, U.S. time, and I actually sit and watch it. It's like, holy shit. I can see where people would think it's a work, but I say this, I'm going to say this now, and I say it all the time. If something is a work, what is the benefit and who benefits? Now, with the whole MJF thing, people are like, oh, is that a shoot? Is that a work? I was like, no, that's a work, because TV time is so valuable. You don't let somebody go out on your own TV and call you, a fucking mark.
Rip you to shreds. Right.
On valuable TV time that you could possibly give to somebody else to, help somebody else get some exposure, So that, the MJF thing was, total work, which is ironic because he comes back at All Out. And now that the fact that he's back got totally buried by this media scrum thing.
Right.
So many things, just got, thrown to the wayside because of this media scrum.
A golden opportunity to capitalize on, I got to jump in here. Golden opportunity for them to capitalize on one of the biggest wrestling angles or wrestling stories probably in the past decade.
Right.
And Punk went into business for himself.
Well, I don't know if he went into business for himself.
Yeah, but, let's pull the fucking onion apart here and really talk about it.
Well, here's my perspective on it. I think they got to do away with these media scrums.
Yes.
You're taking somebody straight from the ring right to a press conference, highly emotional, highly probably exhausted.
Yeah.
You're the main event of the show. So you sit through a whole show just to go main event the show, and then you don't have a chance to go back to your locker room and decompress and come down from everything you just did in a ring. You go right to this press conference, still in a fucking fight mode. Basically, you're in fight mode the whole time you're in the ring, post ring. You got to give the man a chance to go back to the room and just go,
let me just relax.
Dude, he still had his fucking wrist tape on. He still had blood on his face.
I was just going to say, he still had a cut on the top of his head.
And then the reports would come out, he had a torn tricep.
Which is just like...
So, okay, I know you're bleeding. Hey, I know you got a torn tricep. Let's go do this media scrum. You'll be the first guy. At least have him be the last guy.
Right. Right.
Let him go take a fucking shower and then come back and be maybe more level-headed than he would be if he had gone right from the ring to this fucking media scrum.
Yeah.
Right. So, the preamble to all this is, there was, whispers and rumors that, and we had addressed this before, how sad I am that, CM Punk and Colt Cabana are no longer friends. Right.
Right.
So maybe 2 or 3 episodes back or something like that. I talk about, my history with Punk and Cabana and why I love Punk and Cabana and why it bothers me that they're no longer friends. So, before, in the weeks or so leading up to this All Out event, people are leaking out. Oh, well, CM Punk had Colt Cabana fired, and that's why it's relegated to Ring of Honor. All these rumors. I don't know if they're true or not. I'm not in the company, but you start hearing it and you start believing it, and then you got fans chanting for Colt Cabana during CM Punk interviews when he's in the ring trying to do business. People chanting Colt Cabana at him.
Yeah, what's the sense in that?
Yeah, and in Punk's mind, he's moved on.
Right.
Right.
He's already done. Why are we still on this? Why are we still on the Colt Cabana shit?
How many people still bring up JBL to me?
That's what I'm saying. It's the same idea. That's what I was going to say. I'm so glad you said that because it's the same fucking idea. How many times can Blue Meanie hear about something that happened 15 years ago, and how many times, or maybe longer than that, but how and some in the situation that's clearly been settled, it costs nothing. Google is your friend, bro. Right. Google is your friend. Look that shit up. It's the same thing with Colt Cabana. How many times? And again, I have feelings about this too, which I'll share because I know it's not mine of the Adam, but I do have feelings on this. Right. It's the same thing with Colt Cabana. It's already done. The lawsuit's already over. Why are you guys continuing? And this is where I blame the elite. This is where I blame these fucking guys. These executive, quote unquote, executive vice presidents. The fuck are you doing leaking this shit to the press? This is your biggest fucking star. Like, I'm sorry, I'm really hot about this. Like, this is your biggest star. Arguably the biggest moneymaker in your company. In your company, the company that you started. And you're going to out him like that? You're going to fuck with him like that in public? And on, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. You guys are executive vice presidents of a domestic wrestling program. Number 2 in the country. And you're fucking shitting all over your top guy, your champion. It doesn't make any sense to me.
The guy who swore off wrestling forever, and he didn't even go back to New Japan or anything. He was just done with wrestling. He comes out of retirement for AEW because he believes in AEW. And, you know, look, it's just mind-boggling. Just like I said, you know, me and JBL made up in 2005, and people still bring it up to me. So imagine you had this issue with a guy who was your friend, and you're trying to just move on,
right?
And people keep bringing it up. So I can understand the frustration. So now people are like, "Oh, this was planned." Well, I think the fact that it could have been planned, but the fact that like Punk was just and I'm just assuming here,
right?
Punk was just fed up with everything that was happening. You know, people still bringing up this issue that in his mind was dead. You know what? All these people who are leaking it, I'm going to see them in about a week at the AEW press, this press scrum, and I'm going to, give them a piece of my mind. And it just could have been the fact that, I mean, imagine somebody's trolling you on the internet and you run into them in fucking public.
Right. It's the same concept. Right.
I had a similar thing. A little sidebar. It's going to sound like mega nerd shit, but I was a part of this thing called the Van Halen mailing list. Right. It's like the internet community or whatever. And there was this one guy on there. He just talks so much shit. Like he would just say, shit to people. And, I knew what he fucking looked like. And then one night I go to a Van Halen show in like Scranton, Pennsylvania.
And this fucking guy's there.
I see the guy. I go, hey, you. Hey, this is Brian. Blue Meanie. How you doing? And he just fucking pussied the fuck back down. He just like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. He didn't have a fucking wise word to fucking say to me. So
of course not.
I could see Punk going, oh, you want to leak story? I wait till we get to this fucking press scrum. That's why he called certain people out by name.
Well, right. I mean, let me be clear.
Yeah.
Everybody is wrong in this situation because I have feelings about what Punk did, and I have big feelings about what Omega and the Bucks did. Everybody, and even stuff that Tony did. Everybody is wrong here. From a perspective, again, in my shoot job, I work in the corporate world. So looking at this from a corporate lens, everybody's wrong here.
Right.
But I can also understand the more I reflect on it, why Punk was as angry as he was. Cornette said it too. Here's a guy who doesn't take shit from anybody and goes out into public and is like, fuck you, stick it up your ass. But I think Punk definitely planned it, though, because he purposefully went after Nick Hausman.
Right.
So I think no one brought it up. No one said anything about Colt Cabana. Nobody said anything about any of that stuff. Nick Hausman was the one who said Scott Colton. But I think he knew what was happening. Like, he kind of had an idea, right?
Right.
And I think it's also about he has issues with the wrestling media and, the international wrestling community that we love and adore so much. I don't know, man. Like, go ahead.
It's a weird situation. It's a weird situation where you would say, why don't you handle this backstage amongst the people, right?
Right.
And in Punk's situation, he could have done that, and maybe he should have done that. You squash your beef behind the scenes, but still that rumor's still out there. That doesn't die.
Right.
That doesn't.
It's on your head forever.
Yeah, you're hanging this thing on CM Punk forever. And if he doesn't say anything, if he says something, he's a whiner. If he doesn't say anything, then it must be true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I feel you.
So the fact that, he went out there and he felt like he needed to address everything that's happened in a public forum just to squash all the rumors, he wouldn't have had to do it if those things weren't leaked and said about him.
Right. So
he could have said it, but it wasn't the message, it was the delivery.
Yes. Right.
It's not, like a lot of people hate Jim Cornette. It's like, well, some of the things he says are true. I think you just have an issue with the delivery of the message. Punk could have come out and said, hey, I just want people to know these rumors are false. Blah, 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 blah. Now that we address this, let's continue on with the questions.
Let's move on. Right. Let's move on.
That could have been, yeah. But, Punk's an emotional dude. And like I said, you just brought the guy from the ring where he's still in fucking ring mode. And he didn't have a chance to decompress and all this stuff. And then, the word is, there's an altercation in the back. And I don't even want to say anything because I don't know what's true because there's
right
one person's side, there's another person's side.
There's, I guess the best way we can always sum this up is we don't know what we don't know. And because it's pending, the story is, it's been alleged, not confirmed, that Omega and the Bucks went to his dressing room, either knocked on the door or barged into the room. At some point, punches were thrown.
Right.
Either the Young or the Buck was hit by CM Punk. Omega apparently and then the other Young Buck got hit in the head with a chair, like with a shoot chair shot by Ace Steel. Kenny Omega got bitten by Ace Steel, which is just fucking chaos, right? Like,
I'm not laughing because it's funny.
All five of these guys, like, for me, again, I have to look at this because of the way my brain works. In any situations like this, I always look at it in the context of, like, what would happen at my office if something like this took place?
Right.
Everybody would be fired.
Right.
Everybody would be fired. It's not a publicly traded company. It's a private enterprise. But these people are also representing your company, not just as entertainers, but three of these fucking guys are executive vice presidents inside of their corporate structure. Three of them. And you're going to tell me that you're going to allow, and that's, I think, one of the issues I have with Tony right now, too. You're sitting there allowing Punk to air his grievances during a media scrum as the chairman and CEO of this company. You need to shut this shit down. You need to shut this down. And if you can't do that, then you need to have someone who has media training, somebody who has something to shut this down. And then you have this issue in the back now with these EVP. Like, it's, again, my stance on this, and I haven't been vocal about this because I don't say this shit on Twitter. I just say it to whoever we're talking wrestling with.
Right. You're never on Twitter.
No, I mean, and always say, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I care about how I feel about this. And if you don't like it, then don't follow me.
Right. There's that.
Yeah, like, you are not required to follow me. I don't give a shit about engagement. You think I care about engagement on my own tweets? I don't care. I care about this community here with the Pod Squad, and I care about a show with Blue Meanie and the things that we do there. That's it. But if it's me, strip them of the titles and you're fired. You have to. You're setting a precedent.
One of the stories is that one of the heads of legal was there when it was present when all this happened. Right. The name's escaping me, but
Mega is the name, I believe.
Mega, yeah. She's like second to Tony.
She's like, Yeah.
right-hand person, you know? She was present when all this happened. So you have 3 executives from the company. Executives. Once you go executive, you're no longer just a wrestler.
Right. You lose that title.
Yeah. Yeah. So the fact that, you know, they engaged, you know, it doesn't look good. It's not a good situation. Again, I got to wait for everything before I comment on everything else, but they went to his room, and while he was getting medical treatment, mind you, he was still had to get that cut looking after and taken care of, and his torn tricep needed to be looked at. If that, you know, truly happened, then it's not good. It's not good.
One of the things and then you mentioned this too, and we'll button it up here because again, we're waiting for, and again, Meanie and I are going to talk about this, I'm sure, because it's still a developing story. There's a lot of meat on the bone. There's a lot of biting on the arms, apparently. There's going to be a lot of shit to talk about. But I've seen some shit, like I've seen some really shit.
Imagine if Ace Steel picked up Larry the dog and took him over to Kenny Omega like Jake the Snake Roberts.
He could bite Kenny Omega.
No, when Jake the Snake picked up the Cobra to bite Randy Savage's arm.
Yeah.
And he picked up Larry, went, all right, Larry.
You motherfucker. Yeah. I've seen some really shitty takes. One in particular comes to mind, but I've seen some really shitty takes about, oh, man, well, let them hash it out. This is what the boys do in the locker room. And, you know, only enough Omega's pussy and this, that, and the other. Blah, blah, blah. He fucking stand up for himself. It's like Brett and Shawn in 97. It's like, first of all, we all know what happened with Brett and Shawn in 97. One of them left the fucking company. Yeah. And everyone agrees that this was not good for business back then. Yes, they went out and finished their business, but...
And neither one of them was an executive.
Right. And then, again, to be clear, neither one of these guys were executive in the corporate structure, in the corporate organization of that company. But we also know, looking back on it now, that everyone was saying the same thing. It was toxic, not good, and a bad situation all the way around. Did they finish business? Of course they did. But it wasn't okay then, and it wasn't okay now. You can't have your fucking top stars fighting, and I'm sorry, it's not okay. This is not the fucking Wild West, man. You are a representative of a company. You are an executive in a company. Like, get your shit together, guys. Like, handle this elsewhere. If y'all want to fucking take it to the street and beat the shit out of each other outside of the office, be my guest.
Through the street.
Taking it to people. Sorry, I'm never going to miss an opportunity to imitate Michael McDonald. But no, stripping them of the titles was the right decision. All of them, all the way across the board. And no one knows what happens because none of them are in the opens anymore. They've all been removed from the opens. There was no mention of any of them by name at any time. Even MJF, who we all thought was going to lace into them, didn't say. He said Nick Khan instead and Triple H. I don't know. I got a lot of feelings on this, man. But like, don't do tough guy shit on Twitter, guys. Like, don't do tough guy. Don't be a tough guy because you're not a tough guy on Twitter. Like, stop this. Stop this right now. This is not a good situation. This is not a situation to be hyping up. This is not a situation to be agreeable with or for anybody. It's just bad news, man.
We don't know.
Right. And I'm just disappointed. I think is like, because again, as in all things, I really want AEW to succeed. Meanie wants, and I'll speak for Meanie on this one. I know Meanie wants AEW to succeed, but this kind of shit doesn't help anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's like so much other stuff that's involved because there were suspensions, but like there's also other suspensions like Christopher Daniels, Pat Buck, and a couple other people who I guess just happened to be in the room or whatever. I don't know what the circumstances for those suspensions were.
Right.
Whether they tried to stop it or they egged it on, who knows? I don't know. Again, I don't know. But, you know, more than the Bucks and Punk and Ace Steel were suspended.
Yeah.
So it's just insane. It's crazy.
We're going to keep an eye on this, and we're definitely going to talk about it more because there's obviously more to talk about as the news comes up.
I'll end with this. It makes you wonder the reason why, Cody left.
Dude, this is why we do the show together. I was just going to bring that up. Cody left the company he helped start.
And it makes you, the situations like this make you wonder.
Why did he leave a company that he started to go back to a place that he wasn't happy at? Why? What's this? Punk wasn't there then.
You can go to patreon.com/meanie and watch my inquisitive face.
Mm-hmm. See us making all the faces and wondering why Cody Rhodes left the company. But in any event, thank you for entertaining us again this week. Pod Squad, thank you for the question. Oh, actually, we have one more question. You got time for one more question?
Yeah.
All right. With great Twitter handle name, Runs with Crab says, okay, Meanie, do you hug fans? It's understood that a lot of celebrities are rightfully apprehensive about this. If not, squicked the hell out. I don't know what squicked means, but I love the word. I guess it means like skeeved.
I guess.
So, Meanie, do you hug fans?
Yeah, most photo opportunities, if you see me take a photo with a fan, I usually have my arm around them.
Uh-huh.
Buddy, old pal, kind of.
Hey, pal.
Yeah. When I never seen, like when somebody takes a photo and they do the whole point to the guy, like this. It's like, I was never comfortable with that. I did it, but I realized I needed to stop doing that because it's like, hey, look at this guy.
Hey, look at this fucking guy. Jimmy Batts over here. Hey,
look at this fucking guy. So I either, put my arm around, if it's two people, I'll do Meanie in the middle and put my arm around both, like, hey, we're buddies. Or if it's me, I'll put the one arm and I'll just like have this one hand, like,
yeah.
I hate doing that. Hey, look at this guy. Point to look at this fucking guy.
All right, this fucking dude over here, Jimmy Batts and Johnny Nose over here.
As long as they smell good, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
dude, we did that one Icons and somebody came up to me. I had to take 3 steps back. I was like, ooh.
Yep.
I had to moonwalk out of that fucking situation.
Just moonwalking.
Yeah.
I can just see you doing the moonwalk away. Dude, it was bad. There were some folks there that were pretty ripe, my friend.
And I'm not speaking of all fans. I'm just speaking on those.
Right. There are particular folks who were a bit smelly. Not everybody, though. Everybody was really cool, though, that came up. I got my first behind-the-table experience at the event.
Right guard. Some used right guard, but they forgot the left guard.
Yes. Please.
Some used a secret, and it fucking told them.
Please wear deodorant. Please shower before you come to these events. Please wash your clothes before you come to these events.
Yes.
Do something, please.
I dare you.
Don't be smelly. Don't be the smelly guy in class. Don't be the smelly gal in class. But you can join our class here at patreon.com/MindOfTheMeanie. Sign up today. See us here every week. Blue Meanie, thank you so much for your time as always. But more importantly, where can everybody find you on social media?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, you can follow me at Blue Meanie, BWO, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and something called TikTok. I don't know what the fuck that is. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. If you would like to support Mind of the Meanie, help us keep the lights on here, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand. My boy Ra Hicks is doing an amazing job over there at collarandelbowbrand.com. Use promo code Meanie and save 10%. Like I said, Rod's doing amazing work over there with the relaunch. Now you got some fancy t-shirts. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And if you're a bearded fellow like myself, you have to go to madcatbeardcare.com. Get yourself some of the blue spruce over there at madcatbeardcare.com. My boy Josh Thornton, not to be confused with the British wrestler Les Thornton, is doing a great job. All the proceeds go to taking care of feral cats. He rounds them up, takes them to the vet, make sure they're happy, healthy kitties. So I don't draw a dime from that. So all the money goes to the cats. So go to madcatbeardcare.com. Shout out to my boy Jim Nelson over at glaciersofice.com. Oh man, he does amazing work. He made 3 of 3 handmade custom BWO Air Jordan 1 sneakers for Stevie, Nova, and myself. Each pair of sneakers takes Jim about 50 hours per pair to make. You can follow Jim. He posts great photos and videos of his work over at GOIKicks.com. Again, GOIKicks.com. See some of his great progress photos and videos. Amazing work. Also, if you would like a specialized video from the Blue Guy, birthdays, holidays, well wishes, or anything in general that you can think of, as long as it's funny and entertaining, go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. That's cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for all your Blue Meanie video message wishes. So with that said, where can we find you, Mr. Barnard?
Me? Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, @ThisIsGoober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. You can also check out my secondary show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net. It's where all my interviews are. I talk about a bunch of shit that we don't talk about here. I've had incredible conversations with Rob Van Dam, Robert Costa, Alex Holder, and a bunch of other folks. Go ahead, check it out, foundationradio.net. Go and pick up a t-shirt to support the show at at prowrestlingtees.com/foundationradio. Also, pick up a shirt to support this show. Get yourself a Pabst Blue Meanie. Get yourself a brand new blue I'm an Adam Barnard guy shirt. Get the original BWO t-shirt over at prowrestlingtees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Sign up today, patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. There it is. I got all the links right now. We are so happy to have you here, Pod Squad. Thank you so much for joining us for the Blue Meanie. I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip to the mind
Blue World Order.
of the Meanie. Peace.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie was recorded and produced by Adam Barnard and was engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional production and narration provided by Sam Krebs. Our executive producers are Josh Chernoff, Adam Barnard, and the Blue Meanie. Our opening theme is performed by the Swamp Candles. Our closing theme is performed by Chikara. The show contains original music produced by Enrichment. Get additional bonus content by becoming our patron on Patreon at patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Mind of the Meanie. This has been a Butts Carlton media production in conjunction with the MLW Radio Network. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
Dad, why is Blue Meanie's brain out?
The world of MLW Radio never stops.